Hello, people watching YouTube. Today we're going to do a vidcast, which is basically like a podcast, but we're going to be talking over this YouTube video. And what we're going to talk about is taking risks in the gaming industry. And just as a precursor to all this, none of us have ever worked in the industry or done extensive research. So basically, this is just from us playing video games. So would you like to add anything to that? Okay. So by taking risks, I mean doing something that you may not get as much payment for, because basically when you make a video game, you want to have a big audience. You want to make something that the most amount of people will enjoy, if your focus is money. But if you're willing to just focus on making a great game, you want to make a game you think some people will really like, sometimes that means you're not going to make the most money, right?
Yeah. Take State of Decay. Now, they used their own money. They got money from people. They had to take risk. Of course, they didn't take the risks that were really big, but they took lots of risk. They took the risk making the game, but they still had to play it safe. But it turned out to be a really, really good game. And since they have a bigger budget, I'm pretty sure if they're still the same company with their next game, it is going to be like so many risks are going to be taken.
Ooh. The thing about taking risks is sometimes it won't be successful, but when it is successful, it's great because you get to see something that hasn't really been done before. Which an example of that would be maybe, I would say, Castle Crushers, because that was pretty. It's just such a unique game. It has a certain feel to it that you can't really find in anything else, and it was made about, what, 6 years ago? And people are still buying it on Xbox Live Arcade. Or the Marketplace, whatever it's called now. And in fact, I played it today. So, I really appreciate it when they do stuff like that. So, let's talk about Call of Duty. Alright? Let's do this.
Oh, you brought up the fish.
Yeah, let's talk about COD. They've made a number of games, and they've basically, I'm not that big of a fan. I've never played through an entire game. I've just played like a little bit of matches here and there. And basically, it seems like, from what I can gather through osmosis from the internet, that they've been doing the same thing over and over again. Like, literally the same thing over and over again. Not really doing new innovations. Is that true?
I would think so. I heard a lot of people saying Call of Duty 4 was pretty much the one where they brought in a lot of stuff. And I do think it is a good game.
So that was the advent of the zombies, right?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
Such
like I said, I'm not very into that series.
But yeah, with Call of Duty, you're just... It's hard to bring innovation now. Like, you really have to think about it. What can you do to make the game different? Because eventually, there would be two types of games. First-person shooters and open-world games. When it comes down to it, something's going to be related to Call of Duty, and the other is going to be related to Grand Theft Auto. So how can you make something innovative?
Well, I kind of reject that. I see where you're pointing out that those can be two standards where you could measure a game, but it's definitely not applicable to everything. For example, you have platformers which are completely different from Call of Duty, and they're completely different from an open world game, like Grand Theft Auto. So there's a lot of different categories that people enjoy, that make money, that people will continue making, that are not those two.
Yeah.
And another thing is, people keep on coming back to the Call of Duty franchise. There's a huge fan base there, a devoted fan base. They love the games. So, do you think there's a point where is it okay to just keep on doing the same thing over again, but you're creating new content, but not really be innovative?
Let's see. So, let's say you have a moldy wall.
You get to be what?
Yeah, let's say there's a moldy wall.
Mm-hmm.
You just paint over that moldy wall with a new color paint.
Whoa, you might be offending some people there.
It's the same thing, just with a new coat of paint.
Uh-huh.
And the paint, it's just a new coat of paint.
Well, you know, a lot of people, they love their family homes, but they want to change it up a little bit, you know? They want to get rid of that horrible, ugly wallpaper that has grapes and stuff on it. No, they don't want that. So and they don't want to rip off the wallpaper because that's hard work. You gotta get an iron and everything and steam it. It's just ridiculous. So you just get paint from your local Home Depot or whatever, and you paint it like a bright, neutral color, if that's possible. For there to be a bright neutral color, and then suddenly everything looks different. You walk in and it takes your brain like minutes to adjust to everything new. So a new coat of paint could be a good thing. Like, you don't want to always have to sell your house if you're comfortable with it.
Okay. It's the same color.
Oh, so you're saying, So you think a series always has to be changing things, at least make significant changes?
And so, I'm not excited, but I sort of am curious because I believe they're now going to take 3 years to make each game.
Of Call of Duty?
Yeah, instead of 2 years, making the game every other year.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be making 3 franchises, with 3 different types, with Ghost, maybe Black Ops 3, and then some sort of new game.
Ooh, a new game.
So, each game will have like 3 years in development, so they can have more time to think. Like, I know that, the game, okay, I'm at lost of words, you talk.
Okay, so I was thinking about, about how longer time period, that could help the creative process, because I think that if you're not stressed out, if you're not so focused on just finishing, you have a better opportunity for creating something you can really like. But, yeah. Or do you think if you're really pressed for time and frazzled, something will just happen and then, like, it'll turn to gold and everything? Like, I mean, I don't know, which one?
I don't know, but I'm not fanboying here, but Halo 4 took a fairly long time to develop, and they put thought into it, and there are a lot of major flaws in the game, but they do have pretty good foundations.
I'm gonna say it probably has the best opening, like the most meaningful opening of any video game I've seen. And just remember, guys, I've not seen a lot of video games, but in the little pie slice of video games I've seen, of the great pie of video games ever made, that was like the most moving, emotional, like just thought-provoking opening I've ever seen.
Yeah, but in Halo 4, like, they put so much thought into the Prometheans. Any type of enemy, they had to work on the AI, and people just hate them because of how good they are, how hard they are to beat. So I say they did their job with that. Spartanox, they took a risk, and that risk did not pay off. But it was a very interesting idea, you know? Weekly episodes. If they did put more effort into that risk, I would have liked it.
See, that's the thing with apps. We're getting so many apps. I don't know how many, but I'm going to say there's probably thousands and thousands of game apps on iPads, on tablets, and everything. Like, there are so many apps. And then it seems like there's only a select number that are actually worth playing, you know? Like maybe a couple hundred. You know? It seems like a lot of the material, like, I don't know if people are just rushed for time and they want to get something out fast. Like, I would expect the games to be better on there. than they actually are.
Yeah, the thing with apps is that most of them don't really expect huge quality out of apps, especially since the things you're playing apps are on don't really have the best stuff to process it. But like there's apps like Plague Inc. Simple concept, but fun and entertaining.
Yeah. Well, this is about where we're gonna end the video, I think. So, if you guys like this, I don't want to be terribly. I don't know. I'm getting a face palm. I don't know. Okay.
We should have ended it smoothly.
Okay, we should have ended it smoothly. I'm sorry, but let's just go abrupt. We're going to end this video. If you liked it, just tell us in the comments, and if you want to suggest us, if you want to give us a topic to talk about, please leave it in the comments, and we'll look at it, and we may consider it, because I'm sure you guys could come up with some great things to talk about. Alright? Alright. Yeah. Let's end this.